Alright. Let's check out the Bill Burr stand-up monologue that happened. Um, no, it was a wild monologue. I'd have to say, Bill Burr really nailed it. But I could see where a lot of people could get offended. He was like making jokes about how not wearing masks is like killing your entire family, which I don't know how someone could be offended by that, because that's true. But I feel like people think that he was like against masks, which is not true. If you see many interviews and he talks about how he thinks masks is a good idea, and I feel like there's just the audience misinterpreting what Bill Burr is saying. I feel like Bill Burr gets annoying and he's too much of like a dick to people sometimes when he's talking, but I feel like he's very good at pointing out the flaws within a lot of things. And he's very relatable too. Like, he doesn't like act like he's better than anybody. He's just more like, I feel like his tone of voice is what makes him very funny. And I feel like Bill Burr is just Bill Burr, and I feel like that's a rather overdone quote, is to say someone is their name. But he doesn't snap into being a comic. He's always kind of just the same person. Like, he doesn't really change his tone of voice like that. And I feel like that's why people are annoyed with him, is because he isn't trying to put on something he isn't. He's just like him. But sometimes him is fucking annoying, if I'll be honest. But overall, he does make some good points. He's like, a white woman ruin everything, and they try and stand up for certain people that aren't that they don't represent. Like, the white women are advocating for minorities that they aren't a part of, and that white women are making it look like it's an issue tied to them. But like, I could see like that white women are just trying to help out, a majority of them, but you gotta let them speak for themselves, and you can't be offended by something you can't be related to. You should say, instead of saying that's offensive if they say something insensitive towards a minority, you should say that could be insensitive to what that minority is. But you shouldn't act like it's affecting you, and you should more focus on those groups standing up for themselves instead of standing up for them. That's what his monologue was about. And also, he talked about how he was surprised about Pride Week. Like, he was like, oh, I didn't know what this was. I've never been in a big city in June before. I never knew what this was. And people were like, how could you ever be surprised about this, you old... Like, it was just like... And so he's also said that Pride Week was, that he said Black History Month should be in July. And people were offended about, like, but like, if you think about it, like, why would you ever want to celebrate something in February? February is a very boring month. If you're going to have a celebration of a history of a minority, you should have it in July, because it's a more friendly time of the year, and a lot of people are more happy during that time of the year. You know what I mean? So I feel like he made some good points, but as Jack Nicholson once said, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Now, let's read some comments on this post. Wasn't nobody offended? I can't read this comment. The grammar is too bad. How is this offensive? He's just telling the truth. I agree. People forget Burr was friends with Patrice. I don't know any of these people. Just when I thought I couldn't love Bill Burr enough. Okay, we get it. You're a fanboy. Oh, but he's a verified fanboy. The funniest thing is that this isn't even that offensive compared to his other specials. Yeah, he has a lot of very offensive content. I like how the audience is clearly hesitant to laugh, but that like to dislike ratio shows the truth. He is funny and speaking the truth. Yes, he is. He is speaking the truth. The worst part is people think that he's trying to be macho and appeal male humor. It's accurate, funny history. Yeah, he's not trying to vouch for any group of people. Like, he's just trying to point out flaws in the way people perceive certain groups of people. With this comedy thing, that was the main point of it, if I were to guess. Bless Bill Burr. You can tell he is excited to be there. Shut up. We get it. Your name is I Love Kim Possible. A lot. I don't know that TV show. I've heard of it. OJ Compton. Immediately clicks Bill Burr. Immediately thinks about lady in glasses screaming in the car. Immediately laughing. Okay. That's not really that funny. Who's offended? This guy is crazy. Truth telling. I feel like there's more people bitching about people being offended than there is actually offended people. And that's an intelligent comment. Thank you, Randy Donovan. Thank you. I respect that. The people offended by his monologue deserved it. It warms my heart. They felt pain. That's a good one right there. Thank you, Michael Bodine. I don't know who that is. Michael Bodine. Sounds like it could be like the star of a movie. Michael Bolton. Reminds me of Michael Bolton. Did I just do a... Yeah, I just did a video on Office Space. Michael Bolton. Yeah, that's... Alright, let's go another one. I don't know why people are getting offended. He's not saying white women shouldn't be a part of the movement. He's saying they shouldn't be making the movement about themselves. There we go. That's fun. Oh my god, but he ruined it. He said edit. I just checked my notifications and saw 84 people replied. I'm too scared to read any of them. Like, shut the fuck up. I hate when people do that. Like, we get it. You got a lot of likes and comments on your comment. That doesn't make you, that doesn't make you a saint, okay? Like, oh my god, edit. Thanks for the likes. Like, I see that on YouTube comments. Like, shut up. But he is alright on his statement, but he kind of just ruined it. It wasn't offensive, just a shit crowd, and Bill felt a little awkward. This shows he's more relaxed and fluid with his jokes. And he did seem loose with this. Facts. This is what made the news is controversial. Jesus Christ, people need to grow up. Yeah, people do need to grow up. Without edgy comedians, society would become more sensitive. Yes, alright. I'm going to leave it at that, and I want to talk about that comment. Thank you, Chris Kogos. He said, without edgy comedians, society would become more sensitive. I think what's beautiful about comedians is they point out the flaws within people, within the way things are structured. So they point out the flaws in societal norms. They point out the flaws in information spread around. They point out the flaws in society, in everything, and that's what makes them so cool and admired, is because we get to laugh at ourselves when we're looking at it. I feel like I love when comedians like take shots at the audience and make fun of the audience, because I feel like what good comedy is realizing something you know about, sort of, but you never knew you would know about it. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of know the topic before you get it pointed out to you. And that's what beautiful comedy is. And I feel like this is another example of a good comic trying to point out something meaningful and it being dismissed as not meaningful when it is one of the most meaningful things said in a society that we are in. Because I feel like everything is fragile and it should be taken the right way instead of the wrong way, and if it's taken the wrong way, then you should reevaluate yourself or quit fucking looking at what you're evaluating. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Yeah, I'm just here trying to debate certain topics that are debated a lot, and these comments are helping me realize what other people perceive them as. If I wasn't interested in any of this, then I wouldn't be doing any of this in the first place. So I'm glad I'm just trying to make myself think, see what other people think, and hopefully you listening are thinking about what I'm talking about. The Mike Media Empire. Mike Media Incorporated.